All right, I'm here with
Walker Wilkins.
Walker Wilkins. I keep calling you Walter. Walker. Okay, I think Texas. What was it? No.
Yeah, it's Walker, Texas Ranger.
Walker, Texas Ranger. Okay.
You know, it's funny, I haven't heard that for like a month. I'll have to go back home and flip my sign back to day zero.
And you never have heard it. Oh, you've got that like 28 days since I've heard somebody make a stupid comment about Walker.
That's
Yeah,
right.
okay.
It's back to day one.
That's what I'm here for. All right, what you're here for today was you did a talk on JavaScript, and so part of it was the history of JavaScript, right?
Yep.
Okay. And what would you say the history, if you got a minute or two, what is your view of the history of JavaScript?
Well, the history of JavaScript is interesting because I don't think a programming language has ever gone to from being so hated to so necessary, and then with the amount of support in the community for JavaScript now, almost lovable.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's had a terrible history, you know, coming from Netscape. It was probably designed in something like 2 months back in '95. Took a lot of cues from HyperCard, hypertext, which people are slowly forgetting. It's been so long since it's been out there. And then, you know, at the end of the browser wars, when IE became kind of dominant, it let enough time exist so that people came upon the idea of using Ajax and getting it to truly be responsive between the client and the server.
Yeah, and I would agree that definitely when people started doing client-side, you know, scripting, people used JavaScript, and it ended up being spaghetti. I mean, it was just a mess. You go on a client basis, it's just awful trying to figure out what's going on. And now, flash forward to today, you've got all these awesome libraries and people really taking care to do things right. And
I know, and I only have to get people to use them. So,
well, there's that too.
But the options exist. So.
Yeah. So you got that history, and then there's also the part of the talk where we focus specifically on functions in JavaScript and what makes functions so cool in JavaScript.
Essentially, it's the idea of closures and just functions being a first-class citizen. So one of the biggest discoveries you'll make when you go from, you know, working with terrible JavaScript to actually caring about JavaScript is discovering the role that functions play in structuring the JavaScript environment inside the browser.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you.
Okay, well.